From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10. Live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Amarachi Kubari.
Good evening and welcome tonight. More trouble for the PDP as the party loses majority in the lower house following defection of 37 members to the opposition APC. The Nigeria Medical Association begins a 5-day warning strike nationwide. Finance Minister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala explains unremitted funds, says figures are being reconciled. An online Vanguard report publishes a damaging letter purportedly written by Iyabo Obasanjo to her father, accusing him of lacking the moral justification to criticize President Goodluck Jonathan.
And in business tonight, the CBN launches a consumer protection campaign in the northwest zone of the country.
And on sports news tonight, Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi rules out Nigeria winning the World Cup in Brazil, warns fans to have realistic expectations.
I'm Linda Kibe, and from Abuja, the National Conference Committee submits report to President Goodluck Jonathan, backs convocation from FAB.
The table seems to have turned on the ruling People's Democratic Party as 37 PDP House of Representatives members today defected to the All Progressives Congress, the APC. And this appears to be a major blow to the PDP because the APC now has a majority in the House with 174 members to the PDP's 167. The lawmakers say they're joining the APC due to division and factionalization within the ruling party. They also said their action is in line with Section 68, subsection 1G of the Constitution. Our correspondent Larry Lasisi reports.
It's a step that was anticipated. Following the defection of 5 aggrieved governors from the People's Democratic Party to the opposition All Progressive Congress, political observers had turned their eyes to the National Assembly. And after waiting for some weeks, some of the lawmakers appear ready to make their move.
We, the undersigned members of the House of Representatives, elected under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, wish to inform you that we have joined the All Progressives Congress. This action is as a result of the division faction in the political party that sponsored our election into the House of Representatives.
Some of the PDP lawmakers in the House, however, objected.
And I have affirmed that there is one indivisible PDP. So this members, Mr. Speaker, has recommended in Section 68(1) should vacate their seats because they breached Section 61H and 61T.
My attention has been drawn this morning to a restraining order from a federal high court, Abuja, restraining the Senate President, the Speaker, and the National Chairman of PDP from taking or activating this particular provision of the Constitution. I will definitely take some advice from some legal practitioners, legal advice on this matter, and then I'll report back to the House on the legal position of the matter.
Lawmakers are divided on how this move will affect the House and the country.
Well, what happened today is historic. What happened today is a good development for our democracy. What happened today should make all of us happy, actually, that this is happening. It's never happened before in the history of Nigeria. I think that it is a test of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that ensures that there shall be rights to freedom
freedom of association, as well as Section 68 that speaks about cross-carpeting.
We felt that because we have seen impunity have its way in this country, regrettably, we decided to go to court, and we secured a court order restraining the presiding officer from declaring our positions. So we have dotted all the I's and crossed the T's. We're on the other side.
As things stand now, the APC have a simple majority in the House of Representatives. However, the lawmakers are putting aside any talk of a change of leadership for now. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
One other person who may be considering the idea of defecting from the ruling People's Democratic Party to the APC is former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. At a meeting with APC leaders in Abuja today, Mr. Atiku welcomed the competition from the APC, saying it will strengthen Nigeria's democracy. The former Vice President adds that he is in total support of a two-party system, noting that Nigerians need healthy political options, which he feels the APC is here to provide.
I am a strong believer in a two-party structure for this country. In the past, together with many of them, we have tried to put together an alternative strong party so that we can give Nigerians choice. And today, there is that second party, that is the APC. And therefore, they will want me to be part of that. I welcome, really the creation of APC because I believe it is healthy for our democracy, and it is going to improve competition and then also governance. Because once you have one very strong party and weak ones, there is no way you can check, or there is no way the opposition can check the government in power. And I think this gives Nigerians alternative, during elections. And I told them I will consult with my political associates all over the country and then make an announcement later.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, well, not only will the defection of 39 PDP members in the lower house to the APC affect the balance of power in the National Assembly, it may also provide decisive actions for other political actors. Well, that's the submission of a Lagos-based legal practitioner, Mr. G.T. Ogunye, in an interview with our political correspondent, Charles Aruka. Mr. Ogunye pointed out that more PDP lawmakers are likely to jump ship in order to protect their individual political interests. He, however, believes a former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, may not move to the APC unless it favors his presidential ambition.
Section 125 of the Electoral Act and Section 148 talk about secrecy in the process of the election in two manners. One,
I do apologize. There must have been some mix-up in that track-up. Now to other stories away from politics and the issue of political cross-carpeting. A pressure on the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, the NNPC, and the Ministry of Finance to account for $49.8 billion oil revenue shortfall seems to have yielded results. And this is because the Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has announced that $25 billion out of the amount has now been accounted for. She made the announcement today at a meeting with the Minister of Petroleum and the Central Bank Governor in Abuja, where she admitted to a shortfall in remittances to the Federation account, but described the controversy as a misconception. The CBN had complained in a letter to the President that the NNPC failed to remit the said amount to the Federation account, an allegation the NNPC had vehemently refuted. But speaking with Channels Television via telephone, General Manager, Media Relations of the NNPC, Dr. Farouk Umar, explained that $10.8 of the amount in dispute went into oil theft and pipeline vandalism, and that the remaining amount is still being reconciled. Meanwhile, in a curious change of events, the CBN Governor Lamido Sanusi has said that $49.8 billion proceeds from the sale of crude oil is not missing after all, At an investigative hearing into the alleged non-remittance of $49.8 billion into the Federation accounts by the NNPC, the CBN governor regretted that the letter he wrote to the president on the matter was leaked to the press, and his claim of the missing fund was wrong. Mr. Sanusi said a technical team has been set up to reconcile the remittances, and so far only $12 billion is left unreconciled. But the Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, swiftly countered Mr. Sanusi, saying that the figure yet to be reconciled is $10.8 billion.
Back to the government, we had the responsibility to alert the President and request a thorough investigation of this matter. I repeat, Mr. Chairman, that we did not see the letter as the conclusion of an investigation, but an invitation to investigate. So the conclusion that $49.8 billion was missing was wrong, even though we had made the allegation that was unlimited. Even though they did share the amount in question, in fact, a little more, $67 billion, about $24 billion was actually not their crude, but crude shipped on behalf of third parties. Like all companies that wanted a big tax on crude, MPDC, and also for third party financing. So that already addresses half of the number. For the second half, the issues are around the domestic crude lifting of $28 billion, from which we feel there's a shortfall. We just had a press conference and talked about that shortfall. There is a general consensus among us on this table that there is a shortfall, even though the amount is being disputed. For us in Central Bank, the shortfall in the period is about $12 billion.
No, I just wanted to add that we found about $10.8 billion. He mentioned 12.
CBN Governor Lamido Sanusi. Now in part two, after the break, the Nigeria Medical Association begins its warning strike nationwide. That's in a moment. Just stay with us.